following announcement has been paid for by the Celtic World Order.
Hello there, welcome back to Celtic World Order, a wee impromptu half-time pop-up show because, Paddy, you wanted fireworks, you wanted that to happen. You says, it's fireworks night, let's see the fireworks on the pitch at Celtic Park tonight, and by God, mate, did we get them. Half-time, in case you've been lying under a rock, it is Celtic 2, RB Leipzig 1. Celtic go down, but we come back. The crowd, as you say, shook the ball into the net, Paddy. And what a turnaround for the books. Talk about strength of character. Talk about impact. Talk about never giving up. Mate, we're flying. We've got to pick up on this in the second half and kill it off, eh?
100%, mate. Joe Hart spoke about it there, about the team talks going in at half time. It's two totally different team talks now. Brendan's is so much easier than what it was going to be at 1-0 down. Fair play to Nicholas Kuhn, by the way. His first strike was absolutely incredible.
Tremendous.
And do you know what? See the second one? The team pressing for that ball. Kyogo challenging the keeper to get him to rush his pass. He plays it out to the right-hand side. Maeda's on him. Unbelievable. The pressing was just frightening. And if we can keep up that type of press, mate, this is going to be so much more. I'm absolutely buzzing with that, honestly. Incredible.
You know what? It's interesting, Paddy. We sat on here this afternoon and we spoke about the lineup. We spoke about what can we do, how are we going to tackle this one, and a couple of changes nobody saw, and I certainly didn't see Greg Taylor come straight back in that side. A wee bit of a shock. I think I've seen some complaints about him. Yes, he's maybe looked a wee bit ring rusty, and perhaps I would welcome the addition of Vi. I don't think he's been bad. And of course, we had the big debate, didn't we, where we says, is it going to be Bernardo or is it going to be Hatate or even Engels that makes way? We went with Hatate. We've went with Engels. How do you think it's worked out so far, mate?
I think it's really worked out well having Hatate in there. You've seen a few times he's had that time. He's took the time for the pass. And I think he gives you that wee extra bit. He's been absolutely solid in there. I believe also that I'm due you a Marabou, Steve-O, because Kyogo started up front, mate. So that Marabou. Congratulations, that's yours, mate. So,
and I will be round to collect tomorrow, mate. I will be round to collect. But listen, we've only got a short period of time before we get ourselves back into the action. But so far, so good, mate. In terms of my notes, if you will, because that's the sad thing about doing a Celtic podcast. You're watching, but you've always got the back of your head what's going on. I thought that we were saying to ourselves, or I said, how's it going to be? Are we going to be like the Floyd Mayweather? Are we going to find our footing in the game, mate?
Yeah.
How wrong? First minute, talk about end-to-end action. We burst up the pitch. It's slightly behind Engels, and he can't get a shot off, but quick as you like. Talk about European teams, talk about the skill, the ability, and as they say, there's levels to this game. They're straight up the pitch, but nearly score as well. End to end, either team could have scored inside 30 seconds. Exciting start, man. Flying.
No, that's what it is, and that's exactly what you want coming into these big games as well. You want it to be end to end. You want us to go out there with a bit between the teeth. Yeah, we spoke about it, and you said you want to get by that 20 minutes against teams like this and level it off, like you said, Floyd Mayweather. Use the first 3 rounds to kind of gauge your opponent and then go out there and do what you've got to do. We've just went for the jugular, proverbially. We've just went out there and absolutely went for it. And do you know what? That's brilliant. It's brilliant to see. It shows the confidence in this team. This is now a Brendan Rodgers team, and that's what we've been calling for. It's what we've been waiting for. They're playing football the way that he wants them to play, and they're enjoying it.
No, absolutely, mate. And the thing is, so far, it was kind of a fast start right away, but I actually turned it, flipped and reversed. As I say, I thought we'd sound ourselves in the game. We'd find out how we were going to go. But it was actually quite the opposite way. It was RB Leipzig that took that wee step back after that infinitely ridiculous start of the first sort of 2-3 minutes. It then settled down, the smoke cleared a wee bit, and they actually let themselves take that step back. They were the one that were letting us have the ball and move it around and sussing us out. And as I says, using that Floyd Mayweather analogy again, they sussed us out fairly quick because they started to find those gaps, didn't they? And there was a few chances where we did get a let off. down that left-hand side, most notably the one. For me, it's a cheap ball, mate. Straight through, just rolls it into Shesko in the box. He can't get under his feet, thankfully, but a real let-off there. And then we started to see that. They were giving us a wee bit of space. They were almost asking us to make the mistakes. And I think, by and large, we managed to chaperone them quite well. We managed to keep our foot on the ball and stay relatively calm. Yes, there's some misplaced passes now. If you ask me, just gut reaction, straight off the hoof, would I make any change at half-time? I'm probably going to say I would take Hengels off. I'm just going to say it straight there. I don't think he's been bad. Do not misconstrue that. I think he's been a wee bit messy. That's all I'll say. He looks out of the midfielders. We've often said Hatate's the guy that will lose the turnovers of possession. For me, it's just a wee bit of Engels. We look at the goal that we lose. We ask the question, keep them narrow, make them take their chances out. We've managed to do that because they have been launching balls in. We ask the question, will set pieces be their best chance? Well, it was, mate. A corner, unlucky with Carter Vickers. He heads it over into the area. Engels doesn't track the man. You see him desperately having a pull, and it's a bullet header in. But we bounce back.
What a finish. Yeah. Listen, their header, it's unlucky. Like you said, Carter Vickers gets his head on the ball, and it's just kind of knocked it away for Openda, and then it obviously lands on Baumgartlinger's head. Decent enough finish for the guy. I thought Kasper could have done a bit better. He seems to be tracking back across the goal, but listen, you can't complain at that level. You give them a chance, they're going to take it. When it comes back into it, Nicholas Kuhn's goal, incredible. Joe Hart reckons he was maybe trying to cross it, but I think that's an absolutely incredible shot. I think he's meant every single bit of that. As for the Engels thing, I think you've been listening far too much to Bennett in the group chat here. He's not on it for me. But listen, Arnie Engels will come good. I said it in the podcast earlier. I've said it in my TikTok all day. I really, really think that this is going to be a turning point for Engels. I think second half he's going to come out with a bit between the teeth. He's got a point to prove. He's a £12 million signing. He's the man with the big price tag. He's the man with the what do you call it, the world on his shoulders, it seems. That's what it's like. He's got everything on his shoulders here. And do you know what? I think coming out and getting a good performance here, I think could strengthen his chances.
Before we go back to half-time, let's just get straight on to the case in point. Nicholas Kuhn, you touched on it. He has been absolutely fantastic. Maeda has been very, very good down the left in terms of, really pulling off and showing it. He's had a couple of great chances, unlucky or just doing things, as we like to say, is the phrase on the podcast here. A bit wild at times, but Nicholas Kuhn, by God, a guy who was in the Leipzig academy with a point to prove, with a bit between his teeth, absolutely fantastic, mate. And like that goal, he picks up, he cuts in. We've seen him do this. You see it all the time. His goals, you could do an overlay his goals of the season, and you'd probably about 80% of them would be in the exact same position. It's that deep curling ball into that back post. The keeper's right, hits in off the post. It's an absolute worldie, and it's anything that he deserves. But we kick on, because I thought that after we got the goal down, we were shook a wee bit. We took our time to get back in, but we did. We kept on going. We didn't give in. We kept probing, and that crowd, as you say, they lifted us after that second goal. And those last 3-4 minutes of that half, mate, it was just swashbuckling Celtic, no giving up, under the cosh for them. And just was, mate, what a time to score. Is there ever a better time to score than just before the half-time whistle?
Yeah, I hate that saying, oh, that's a great time to score. Every time's a great time to score. You score in the first minute, you score in the last minute. It's the same outcome if you win the game. But yeah, I get what you're saying. It is a great time to score the goal. Right before half-time, get the crowd up again, get the crowd absolutely buzzing for the second half. I'm buzzing for the second half, and I'm only watching it on the telly. I was at the fireworks earlier on with my wee boy and my wife, so that was absolutely incredible. Managed to get home just in time for the game starting off, so that's all good. But you know what? Absolutely incredible performance. If we keep pressing the way we did for that second goal, like I said, this could go on to be a hell of a lot more, but I would take the whistle to now.
Oh, absolutely. And a wee couple of scares as well. Also seen Austin Trusty. He goes down, he bends his ankle. You see it. It's awkward. He thankfully manages to run it off. But look, I wasn't worrying. we saw the Ginger Maldini get out and doing his warm-up, and I was pretty much ready for him to come on, and I've been more than happy with it. I think we've seen the quality. We highlighted the players earlier on the show. We highlighted those guys. So far, touch wood, touch everything you possibly can.
Yeah.
We've managed to nullify those strikers. Bar that one chance where Shesko gets in, we have, like we did with Atalanta, really limited them to set pieces at this moment in time, looking like their best opportunity to score. But we have got the danger, we have got the magic in the players' feet. People are touching on it. I'm saying that I would take Engels off. All the midfielders are going to make a change. That's just me. But yes, what a wee curve, we chip round the corner in for that Kun goal that he makes and lead in the lead up to it. I'm not going to complain. It's, as we say, we're just making comment on what we see. But plenty of quality on the bench. You don't need to worry about that. Maeda, he gets through at the end again. Another opportunity. It's a good block. Maeda as well. What a ball through for Kun. Outside of the foot, left, straight
Incredible.
through. Oh, mate. And he just can't get the connection. Dies and blaze over, fluffs his lines, maybe sees his, his name up in lights and shits the bed, so to speak. But plenty to be confident about getting it in the second half. What do we need to do before we kick off, Paddy? Just before we go, is it more of the same for you?
Yeah, I would say more of the same, and I think that's going to be Brendan's team talk. I don't think you get any changes straight away. I think we'll wait to the usual 60, 65 minute mark before we make any changes, and I think you'll be right. Engels will be one of them. I think obviously maybe one of the guys at the back, probably Taylor or Trusty if he's still struggling, but I think he looked all right after that. And like you said, you're happy with his. If he goes down, you're bringing on like for like, in my opinion. You're bringing on Scalesy, who's been absolutely brilliant this season, so you're not really worrying about that at that point. I think we'll see the introduction of Adamida as well.
Well, that's the thing. We've got the options there. As we say, I think that they look suitably tired out. We've been managing to get a wee bit of purchase in the game. It just goes to show that the crowd does make the difference. I know it is a cliche. We do get down and listen, let's not make any bones about it. For a wee 5 to 10 minutes period, we did look shook. We were spooked. That goal for me came against the run of play. Yes, they'd shown wee flashes that they were in it, but no one was expecting a sucker punch from a set piece. And look, it was a commentator's curse, because Big Joe Hart says about how we've been dealt with all those corners and food and drink all day long. Atalanta, blah, blah, blah. Boom, the ball goes into the net. But if we can limit them to that level of chances, I will be more than content. It's been a very good performance. We've managed to find that fine balance and know when to attack, know when to put the foot in the throttle, but also we've been able to keep it on. All I want to see is a wee bit more tidy for the midfield. And that's why, for me, the one change that I would maybe consider, as I say, would be for Bernardo, just simply because I'm looking at not protecting a lead, but not allowing those wee mistakes, because we talk about fine margins, mate. It's, you could put, as I say, you could put the fine margins are that fine. It's like a fag paper. That is how fine the margins are, and you saw that the one or two times with slack possession, they were able to just pick up, turn over the possession, and get themselves probing and into the right areas. We can't allow that to happen. For me, Bernardo coming on, he shows that up.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you right now, Steve, there's going to be no changes, mate, because the sides are actually heading out just now. Leipzig are already on the park. Celtic are making them wait, so Celtic are standing in the tunnel just now, ready to head out.
Well,
no changes in there.
We shall be sitting back for the end of the game. Listen, we pop up there. We'll be back. Hopefully, we are as buoyant and as happy as we are right now. Listen, enjoy the game. Paddy, you're a betting man. Hat trick for Kun.
Oh, easy. Get your mortgage on it.
Right, we'll see you after the game. Take care of yourselves and hail. Go and enjoy it. Let's go. Come on, boys.
What a hoops.